Happy New Year!
Yeah.
It is I, Jacob Moore, the Soapclear Sports Analyst, joined by, you know what? This man needs no introduction, but I'm going to give him one anyway. It's Adam the Goat. Don't know why I started calling you Adam the Goat, but we're just
Me neither, honestly, but you know what? Well, let's just rock with it. I love
lean with it, rock with it. Anyways.
it.
Look, we got a interesting game on the docket tonight for the Toronto Maple Leafs as they take on the Winnipeg Jets. I would argue
a fun game.
these are two teams going in very different directions right now. I think Toronto is starting to kind of find their momentum. Well, Winnipeg, on the other hand, it's a dumpster fire that you're just pouring more gasoline on.
Yeah. It's
like
this be an interesting game.
It should be, right? And I am curious to see, too, you know what? I think this will be the first game we're seeing Mark Scheifele since not being named to Team Canada. I'm curious, will he have a bit of an extra spunk?
Oh, I wonder if he'll pull a Macklin Celebrini or a Jordan Bennington tonight. I wonder. Jordan Bennington meaning, like, is he going to suck tonight and have a bad game? I doubt it. Or is he going to have... Well, he's not going to have a Macklin Celebrini night because what Macklin Celebrini did a day after being named to the team was ridiculous. Given he didn't need to prove anything.
And the crowd's cheering MVP. MVP. Like, so very interesting proving to be the real deal. But I think this is what Austin Matthews is back in the lineup tonight, which I get some fans will be like, oh, well, they won without him. Why put him in? It's like, well,
because he's healthy.
He's healthy and he's an elite player. Like,
but it's also, and I do want to say this because it was brought up before. Like, they gave good effort without him in there, but it's like, why can't they do that when he's not in there? That's the issue. The issue isn't Matthews being into the lineup. It isn't Matthews being in the team. It's whether the team can actually play. Can the team play just as well as they did the other game with Austin Matthews in the lineup? That's the real question. Can the other guys step up around Austin Matthews? Because I wonder why it's all the blame's been going on Matthews when it should be like, okay, why isn't the rest of the team playing well when he's in the team with him? Like, it's like, that's the question. Like, I got some stats here from Austin Matthews because I wanted to come in here and just say, I don't think Matthews' season has been bad. I've just been defending him because I like Austin Matthews a lot, but like his expected goals is 18. Now he's only scored 15 times, but John Tavares has the exact same statistics, and John Tavares has been labeled as he's having a good season, a great season because he's doing it more consistently than Matthews is, but they have basically the same amount of expected goals. They have the same goals scored. Matthews has less assists, but it's like, well, nobody else is scoring around him, it feels like at times. But like, I don't think he's having a bad season at all. He's thrown 19 hits, not a lot of hits, but he's blocked 52 shots, by the way. 52 of them. So you're not saying he doesn't care. Well, he's blocking shots when he doesn't need to. Exactly. He's not that player. Would you agree, Jacob? Austin Matthews is not the player.
No, like he's not the guy that you expect to go out there and block a bunch of shots and throw hits. And I feel for people to say that Austin Matthews doesn't care, I just look, is he having a great season? No, this is not his best season. I will say, Adam, I think when you're comparing Matthews to Tavares, you got to remember Matthews is being paid triple the salary almost.
I didn't mean to do it like that.
No, I know, but I'm just saying, I think that's why people aren't as upset with Tavares as they are with Matthews, if that makes any sense. But
well, no, it does make sense.
Austin Matthews is still a very good player, and I think that's what people are missing. That Austin Matthews playing 80% to what he played, we'll say 2 years ago, is still arguably one of the best players on the ice.
So, Jacob, I do want to point out this
ability.
I just saw this stat, which I thought was interesting because it's a good stat to look at. Because it's per 60. So goals per 60. I want you to guess what Austin Matthews' goal per 60. I would mind you has 15 goals in 33 games. What do you think his goals per 60 is currently? I want the comments to also give me a guess before I give the answer.
I'm going to guess like half a goal per 60.
Half a goal? Okay. What does anybody say in the comments? I want to see if there's anybody in there that wants to give me a guess before I give the answer. maybe not. But
I just got one from. I have our email up, and someone emailed us an answer.
Ooh,
Someone
wow,
emailed
fancy.
saying 0.68 goals.
You're both wrong. It's 1.31 goals per 60.
Wow.
His assists per 60 minutes is 1.05. His points per 60 is 2.36. He
That's
is
really
not like per 60 minutes. He's really not playing that bad. Maybe his point production is not up there where people like, but I honestly, he's averaging 11.18 shots per 60 minutes. Shot attempts is nearly 20 per 60. Shots on goal per game is at 3.9. His shooting percentage is only 11.7. But like, I think if he scores like more closer, like the closer he gets to his expected goals, the better that percentage, of course, will go up. But like 222 shot attempts already, like he's gonna have like 300 plus by the time this season.
And I will say, I thought Matthews the last couple games is starting to look like the Matthews of old. Now, the lines have changed a little bit for tonight, obviously, because, well, Austin Matthews is in the lineup.
I love that top line.
I
don't like Domi being up there,
but on the top line. But I mean, you got Nyes, Matthews, Domi, Marcelli, Tavares, McMahon, Cowan, Wall, Robertson, Lorentz, Lawton, and Yarncroke.
I would have preferred Nyes staying with Waugh, to be honest.
Yeah,
I would have rather that.
I actually would have liked to see McMahon, Matthews, and Domi get a bit of a longer look if you're going to leave Domi on the top line.
I like those three together. Like McMahon, Matthews, Domi. I'm loving it. I love Nyes up there, though, but I do feel like him and Waugh worked really well together. But I think the changes are more so because of Joshua's injury and how he's going to be out long term.
He's going to be out long term. Same with Chris Tanev, unfortunately.
Chris Tanev's just had a rough year where it's just like he just can't get any luck injury wise.
No, which is unfortunate.
The important thing to note, though, with his contract, because I feel like a lot of people miss this, because I know a lot of people criticize the contract because of the length, but because Chris Tanev was 34 when he signed that contract and wasn't 35 yet. When he retires, we don't have to pay any of that money none of that money comes back to us. If he retires during his contract length, we don't have to pay him the rest of his contract value. And it doesn't bite us in the ass because he retired and he was under 35 when he signed the contract. Not when the season started, nothing like that. He signed it at 34. So like, I feel like a lot of people miss that because I remember how much slack the Leafs got for that contract. But I'm like,
I like the
most important part.
Still.
He's under 35.
Yeah.
Like he was under 35 when he signed that. So it's like if he retires during the contract, like we don't have to worry about it. Like it's not going to come and bite us in the butt like it would like anybody else. Like it could have bit us in the ass, but I don't think it will because of the age.
I don't think it will either. I do agree with you there, Adam. And what I liked about the contract with Tanev is he was the best defensive defenseman available at the time, and they went out and got him. And unfortunately, I hope it's not. You do worry, is it becoming the Jake Muzzin again? But Jake Muzzin, even at the time they got Jake Muzzin, as much as everyone loves to crap on Kyle Dubas, Jake Muzzin was a great player when they got him. But the Leafs defensive pairings, I don't love these, if I'm going to be totally honest.
Why is Stetcher and McCabe away from each other?
I don't know why they keep trying to play Myers with Riley.
I would like Benoit to give a go with Riley. I think that would be interesting.
I actually liked it when it was Riley and Stetcher. And then you could go McCabe, Benoit, OEL, and Myers.
I like OEL with Riley. No,
so do I. That's a more offensive pairing.
Yeah, I like Stetcher and McCabe together. Those two worked really well together. I just love Benoit in general. So whenever Benoit's in the lineup, I love it because I love Simon Benoit.
Oh, Simon Benoit's awesome. He's one of my. I really feel he is one of the best six defensemen in the NHL.
Yeah, he's great. I love him.
I think he's a phenomenon. I don't know why he's been getting scratched as much as he has been. I don't know either. And he's big, he's physical. I get he's not the most offensive. But I will say maybe they're hoping that Benoit and Stetcher can be the shutdown pairing.
Yeah.
But I mean, Jake McCabe, as you know, Adam, I love Jake McCabe so much. I'd put him on my Team USA. That's how good I think Jake McCabe is. I think Jake McCabe is one of the best shutdown defensemen in the NHL, and he doesn't get the recognition because he plays in Toronto.
Okay, am I crazy or was I just hearing like myself twice?
I don't hear you twice.
I thought I just heard myself twice, so it was throwing me through a loop for a second. But I do want to say Bo Horvat, before he just got injured last night, which I gotta say is tough luck for him. If he's out long term, then he'll probably get replaced in the Olympic team. But of course, we would have to wait. But Bo Horvat currently, I just want to say he has 21 goals. His expected goals right now is 14.7. So he is at nearly, like, it's at 6.3, about 6.3 goals. He has scored 6.3 more goals than he was expected to.
Wow.
Or, yeah, which is like good. That's great. Good for him. Good for him so far, I want to say.
Yeah, Bo Horvat's had a phenomenal year. I mean, it's interesting. The most flack that roster is getting, that Team Canada roster, is actually the Sam Bennett situation.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be the Connor Bedard because I still think that's insane. Connor Bedard's not, and it had nothing to do with the injury.
I do want to say I could understand why Sam Bennett was not on the team. I think he's phenomenal, but I guess I could understand why he is in there. I wonder if it's because John Cooper is the Lightning coach, and I wonder if that's why he was kept up. But again, Reinhardt's on the team, so you can't really say that.
And Benoit was on the Four Nations. I mean, not Benoit.
Yeah.
Bennett was on the Four Nations team, right?
So I do wonder if it's just because he wasn't great when he was playing next to McDavid. Like, him and Marner both struggled. I can understand why Bennett wasn't on the team, though. Like, I get it. Like, you love to have him. I wonder,
Sam Bennett.
Yeah, I do wonder, though, if Horvat's injury is long-term. Is it going to be Bo, or is it going to be, not Bo. Is it going to be Sam Bennett, or is it going to be Mark Scheifele? I think it should be Bennett.
Or is it going to be Connor Bedard? Like, you got
Bo Horvat was expected to play lower in the lineup, I think it's going to be Bennett. If he was expected to play higher in the lineup, it's going to be Mark Scheifele. That's just my opinion. I think Sam Bennett would be great lower in the lineup because I think he'd be more effective with less minutes than what Mark Scheifele would be. I think he brings a lot more than Scheifele does, especially for a player who's going to be playing deeper in a team. Connor Bedard would not go, I don't think, because I think him and Bo Horvat would play differing roles.
That's true. I just think, it was interesting, though. I don't know if you saw the Blackhawks coach's response saying, I don't think people realize how good of a two-way player Connor Bedard truly is.
Oh, he's looked a lot better this year than he did.
I think I still think that was a miss. But, Sam, I will say, you're not the only one who feels, and welcome back to the desk, Sam, you're not the only one who feels that this Bennett move was wrong. They are getting flack everywhere. And look, we did a whole show on our thoughts on that roster, which if you want to check that out, we did one. Maybe we'll even do another one breaking it down now that we're a little.
And Sam had this exact same reaction. Drew Doughty's on the team, because he is one of two players who are currently on the team who were. He is only one of two that is actually like playable. Chris Letang wasn't going to make this team, but Drew Doughty did win Olympic gold in 2014 and was there in 2016, has been there, I think, on world championship teams as well for Canada. He brings a lot of international experience.
He does.
And he's not, and I think people just ignore the statistics of what a player is doing, but Drew Doughty is not playing that bad. Drew Doughty might not even play minutes. He is there for his experience because he brings a lot of it. He's really not that bad of a player, guys. I can understand the frustration with Bennett, but I don't know. Like, Mark Stone might not even be healthy by the time the Olympics comes around. So he could just replace Mark Stone. But I do think he's not way too. Because you can say the same thing about
Brad, getting up there, though.
Okay, but Brad Marchand's 38. Sidney Crosby's 38. Like, you could say. But, like, I understand those three are all three completely different 36. Players.
He's actually younger than Crosby.
Yeah. But I will say this. If age is your reason for being mad he is there, then you got to be mad about Brad Marchand being there at 38. You got to be mad at Sidney Crosby being there because of his age, even though the situations of those three are all completely different. But
mind you,
there's 3 old guys on this team. Don't be mad about one of them.
I have a take that maybe you'll agree with me, Adam. I don't know. I would have taken Sam Bennett over Brad Marchand. Like if I'm looking at guys that do a similar thing, I think Sam Bennett is what Brad Marchand was 10 years ago.
Personally, I think Brad Marchand he's having a really good season this year. I also think what really helps him is his chemistry with Sidney Crosby. They showed it at the 2016 World Cup of Hockey when Crosby, I think it was Bergeron was on that line as well. Those three like destroyed everybody. It was the most dominant line at that tournament. And I think a big reason he is there is because of his quick chemistry with Sidney Crosby. I wonder if those two plus Mac play together. I mean, McKinnon, not Macklin Celebrini.
Well, see, I was thinking Macklin Celebrini because Kim and Crosby had phenomenal chemistry together in the World Cup. Not the World Cup.
So I wonder then, because I've seen a lot of people say it, Mac. I think this line would be really dangerous. Is Mac and McDavid together, because those two are lightning fast, and I don't think anybody could handle that line. I don't think there is a defensive pairing in world hockey that could like shut down that line, like because those two are just so fast that they'll blow by you, and they're already by you by the time like you're back checking.
Also, let's get to the comments here. Welcome, Scott. I believe you're a new viewer, so welcome to the desk, and maybe a new commenter. But Leafs should beat the Jets. That's in a funk, but now the game they'll lay an egg and not play. I mean, unfortunately, with the Leafs, you never do know. And I will say this too: the Winnipeg Jets are a much better team than what they're playing. Eventually, they got to get going. But I still think I do think the Leafs will win this game. But getting back to Leafs, I want to look at their power play units for today.
Are they different? Well, of course they're different because
they have Riley quarterbacking the power play, with forwards being Marcelli, Nyes, Matthews, and Tavares. That's
I like that. I like that.
I actually like that they kept Marcelli up on the top unit when
he's been playing really well.
Marcelli's playing great, and Dan isn't here to tell me off for saying it, so that's nice.
I won't
playing really well of late.
Yeah, he has been. I love that.
Your second unit is OEL, Domi, McMahon, Robertson, Y. Find it interesting Matty Nyes is not on either power play unit at the moment.
Oh, I didn't even notice that.
So that's interesting. I may have swapped Y and Nyes.
I would have done Domi. Because Waugh's been playing really well in front of the net. I think Waugh's been playing really, really well in front of the net for the Leafs. Like him to McMahon that was one of the goals the last game. So I'm surprised that Domi's still on this power. I don't think that he screwed up again. I think there are definitely
I don't like Nyes not getting any power play minutes. So the guy's a big dude.
That's my issue. I also think Nyes should have stayed with Waugh because those two have been really good together 5-on-5. McMahon should have stayed up on the top line.
Which, funny enough, we were talking about this, Wilder, I think before you got on, that actually we were saying we would have liked to see McMahon on the top, Nyes continue to play on the third, and then maybe put Cowan up with Tavares. And
I think Robertson, Massielli, and Tavares would have been a great.
Actually, say what you want about Nick Robertson. I think he's figuring it out this year.
His shot looks great recently.
The kid can rip it. He's a good skater.
Yeah.
He's got really good offensive hands.
I do want to say
I'm actually a big fan of him.
I do want to say, though, I really hope Lawton gets some more minutes higher up the lineup because I thought he looked great in the last game.
I love Scott Lawton. Like they overpaid for him, but he's a great player.
Yeah. I also want to say quickly, Jacob, this is nothing Leafs related. Okay. But I do want to say, because this is crazy, because every other seed that had a rest week ahead of the college football playoffs the last 2 days have lost both games. Indiana is beating the brakes off of Alabama 38-3 right now. And Indiana hasn't played in 2 weeks. Alabama literally just played last week, and they are getting this is like a slaughter. This game has not been the score is exactly what it should be. It should probably be even worse. This is like a slaughter. It's bad. I just wanted to say that.
I will say though, and Adam, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but college football is one of those sports that it's completely wide open, isn't it?
Yeah,
Like,
I would
because
say,
realistic, I mean, and I would say football is a sport like that in general. Any
yeah.
team can beat any team once.
I do want to say though, like, defending champions were just knocked out of the playoffs earlier today by the number 11 seed Miami Hurricanes. So that shows it. Like, Ohio State were them and Indiana, who's beating the brakes off of Bama right now, were in my opinion the two best teams in college football this year. One of them is advancing. It sucks that the other didn't, but Ohio State was just god awful this afternoon.
Wow.
But
That's surprising.
That proves, like, even last year, like, all of the teams I think that rested last week, including the first two teams that played so far the last 2 days, the higher seed, the one that got rest, has been eliminated every single time in the second round.
It does bring the question,
really
does the bye actually help teams or not,
No,
right?
it does not. When you haven't played in 2 weeks, it does not help you at all.
I don't know, but then again, we look, but even CFL was 50-50 this year.
Yeah.
We're curious to see what happens in the NFL playoffs, which are right around the corner. And Wilder, I will say, I do agree with you. Of late, you could argue McMahon and Robertson have legitimately been the Leafs' two best players of late.
Yeah. So Sam just put into the chat that I was right. All the bye last year was eliminated. Thank you for saying that, because I couldn't remember, but I was pretty sure that they all were, which was super surprising to me. I also, though, want to shout out quickly Dylan Guenther, first career hat trick. He was on my Olympic team. Wait, no, he wasn't on my Olympic team, but I love Dylan Guenther.
He was on my
one of my favorite players in the NHL. 4 points, 3 goals. One says Utah just like destroyed the Islanders. I know. Utah is one team I want to say that has like fallen off a cliff since the start of the year.
Because they looked really good to start.
Yeah, they have been awful since. Like,
and I will say
they're 19-3 though, so they're not horrible, but they also aren't particularly great.
Right now, Utah though, Adam, they are tied with LA for the final wild card spot. Now they played 3 more games.
Well,
but
what I mean by like
Utah's like a halfway point right now for 500 record.
But they were amazing, but they were looking like they were going to be a wagon to start this year. They looked like they were going to be one of the best teams in hockey to start this year, and they've just fallen off. Like, they have not looked the same since the start of the year, which is really surprising because I think Utah do have a really good team. I don't like Nick Schmaltz though. I still think he's very overrated.
I've like
people have come back down to earth on him though since the start of the year, but
I actually like the way Utah's structured. I think they got a good, fast team that's physical. I think that, like, to be blunt, I think they're kind of similar to like the Calgary Flames, where just the skill level just isn't quite high enough yet. But I think give this Utah team maybe, you know what, they load up and get a player or two, whether it's at the deadline or it's next season. If you're a Utah Mammoth fan, I think you got to be happy with the way you're seeing your team progressing. The halfway point, you got a positive goal differential. You have a positive record at home, only 2 more regulation losses on the road versus your wins. Like, I think Utah's trending in the right direction. Where you look at a team like Calgary, who's much closer to you points wise, but like they're terrible on the road and they have a negative goal differential. Utah's the only team with a positive goal differential that's not in the playoffs when you look in the West. So like, I think Utah, they do a lot of the little things right. Now that goal differential got helped out a lot with that 7-2 win today. But Wilder, I have a love-hate relationship right now with Craig Berube as the coach of the Toronto Maple Leafs. He's not being fired. Let's just keep it a buck. They are keeping him for the season, especially with the way things have turned. Yes, they are 9th. They are the second worst team in the East. However, they are 4 points out of a playoff spot behind the completely dumbfounding stats of the Buffalo Sabres, who have just gone on an absolute tear, winning 10 straight.
Yeah.
Give the Buffalo Sabres a lot of credit. We talked about this on the New Year's Eve show or New Year's Day. Whatever it was. That Buffalo, we don't know if they're going to be able to keep this up, but what they're doing right now is impressive. But Toronto is only 4 points out of a playoff spot still. And I do think some of the line, I wish Berube would leave the lines more alone a little more than he does. But at the same time, when you get like Joshua having kidney problems now, Tanev with a pulled groin, Matthews being in another lineup, Nylander being in another lineup.
I do want to say, though, I really hope, Dakota Joshua, you feel better, man, because you're a great player. He did deal with kidney cancer last year. So I really hope he's doing fine. And he gets back. I think they shut him down for the rest of the year, if I'm not mistaken, probably.
I haven't heard that he's been shut down for the year. I just heard
I thought that's what I saw, but I could be wrong. But like,
I've heard
really
long term. I don't expect to see him back in the regular season.
He won't be back for a while.
We wish him nothing but the best. Like from what I've heard too, he's such a good guy.
All accounts, he sounds like a stand-up player and a great representation of this.
I love him. He's honestly, he's my type of player. Like when I look at, you can tell when my favorite teams besides of Toronto are the New York Islanders and the Calgary Flames. You can tell what kind of teams I like.
Yeah.
I really like the style Dakota Joshua plays, and everyone at the analyst desks wishes him nothing but the best. I do agree. Last game was the Leafs' best game thus far this season. I just hope what Adam and I were saying in the other show is now they can do it with Matthews in the lineup. Because if they can do that with Matthews in the lineup, they're a better team.
There's no excuse for why they can't do it. And I'm not going to take the comment of being, oh, Matthews sucks, so the team's going to just suck. Like, Matthews sucks, so that's the reason why they're not going to start playing well. They're going to force feed him. Because there's no excuse to do it anymore. They showed they can play well without him. Now you got to show you can do it with him. If you can't do it with him, then you're useless to this team. You're useless being out on the ice.
I agree, Roder. We will see. But if there's guys that can't step it up when Matthews is in the lineup all of a sudden, then maybe these are the guys Tree Living needs to do.
They're useless.
Let's take a look at the Winnipeg Jets lineup and talk about a team that can't score. Logan Stanley has 5 goals this year, and he's in their top 5 in goal scoring.
I would say
this Winnipeg team. But problem is, look at this top line and then look at the rest of the roster.
Well, Jacob, I do want to point out, I'm pretty sure, I think it's either Cole Perfetti or Gabe Velarde. One of those two can play center. So I don't know why they're not playing. Or at least you try them at center because Jonathan Toews is struggling this year. I don't know why you don't try one of them there.
Toews should be a 4th-line center at best if he's going to be center. He's a 4th-liner at this point in his career.
Yeah, like you might as well try it because Vladislav Nemestikov is probably better out on the wing than he is at center in the NHL, I would say. Like even
I feel like Cole Perfetti used to play center.
He can. Like, I'm pretty sure
but I feel like he did at one point at the NHL level, and maybe I'm on something. But I
would even say, move Perfetti to the center, promote Adam Lowry up to, and you can play him out on the wing.
I love Adam Lowry, by the way. He's my
I would promote him, play him out on the wing, and, just give, a Lowry, Perfetti, Iafallo line, a try, because it can't get any worse than it is right now. Literally, things cannot get worse for this.
Well, because right now this team literally can't score, and everyone said, "Oh, once Connor Hellebuyck will be back, it'll be better." And okay, they're not losing as badly, but they're still not playing well. And you look at this defense core, this defense should be. This defense should be very good.
Yeah.
Is Luke Shen
Josh Morrissey is a top 20 defenseman at the NHL, in my opinion.
Oh, he is. He's
very good.
A part of me was surprised he made. It was more Shea Theodore. I just couldn't believe that Jacob Chikrin didn't make Team Canada. That was more my thing. So Luke Shen's a healthy scratch at the moment, which I find interesting. And I know maybe I'm just oversold on Luke Shen, but I think Luke Shen, I'd rather have him in my lineup over Dylan Somberg, if I'm going to be honest with you.
Yeah.
But the problem is when Logan Stanley's towards the top in your goal scoring, you're going to have some problems, right? And Wilder, I don't know if Matthews is a distraction, but I just look at it though. I more blame the coaching and the other players if they can only play well without a certain guy in the lineup.
But Jacob, I will say, isn't it more of a distraction if he's away from the lineup because you don't have one of your best players?
The only thing is the team play looser because they're well, no one's expecting us to win because Matthews and Nylander are out. So then they just play loose.
You can't play that.
I'm not saying that's good, but I'm just saying maybe that's what's happening. It is a cop out. I'm not disagreeing.
I will say that I will not take that as if later today we're oh well, Matthews is the distraction if they lose later. I'm going to be no, because that's a cop out. because the rest of the team has got to step up and play better. I will not sit here and blame Austin Matthews when nobody else is stepping up when he's playing, because I won't do that, because it's unfair, and it's unfair to, like, it's not right to do that when you don't blame anybody else. And I think everybody should take blame if they don't play well tonight, because you can't go off a 4-0 shutout victory and then lose to Winnipeg. Like, that can't happen. There's no excuse for that.
On Daily Faceoff, they do have Matthew Knies on the top power play. By TML updates, when they've tweeted out the Leafs practice lines for the power play, Matthew Knies is not on it, because
Matthew's in the top power play on the.
Oh wait, never mind. I'm crazy. Matthew Knies is on the power play. My apologies.
I thought I saw him there, and I got some, because then you took it away, and I was like, I thought I saw Knies there, but I didn't know if maybe I was going crazy. And I'm going crazy.
My apologies, everyone. But I am going to be curious to see what Marcelli does as the setup man on the first power play unit.
I think he can do it. I think he's capable of doing it.
But I think we probably should wrap up. So we're about to drop the puck. But before we do, Adam, what's your prediction for tonight?
I gave a prediction last night, and I'm going to change my prediction because Matthews is playing, and I didn't know if he was going to be playing. I'm going to say 4-2 Leafs. The fourth goal is going to be an empty netter. I say it's going to be a closer game than is comfortable, but I still think a 4-2 win's respectable. I'm going
to say 3-1 Leafs, no empty netters.
Okay.
I just don't see this Jets team just can't score. And until they start scoring, I'm not going to have any faith in them.
That's fair enough.
But on that note, thank you very much, everyone, for joining us at the Analyst Desk. Thank you for your comments, likes, shares. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, Dan's usually propped it 7 times by now.
Yeah,
please do subscribe to the channel. Like the videos if you can. It really does help the algorithm on the channel. And stay tuned we have some big announcements coming up over the next few days with some new shows, some new branding. So make sure you're staying locked into the Analyst Desk, where every day feels like game day. I'm Jacob Moore, the sports analyst, joined by Adam the GOAT. We'll probably be back for a post-game show, so we'll probably see you in a few hours. Bye-bye.
Bye.